So let us come together within this sacred space, this sphere of light and love and wholesome intentions. And so, as we have engaged in this practice over the months on this server, week after week, we have, in our own ways, with the cooperation of Source and Spirit, developed a kind of vessel, a container, a sphere of light that we can choose to enter into if we desire. And this container of light, each person here is invited to step through that semi-permeable membrane into this sphere of light, and whatever we desire to keep or leave outside of this sphere, we can do that as well. We can also bring in whatever parts and aspects of ourselves we desire as well. Whatever feels good and enjoyable, I invite us to bring that into the sphere, and whatever we would like to leave behind or to just maybe suspend for a bit while we're engaged in the practice, we can mentally imaginally leave those things outside of the sphere for this brief period of time together. And so this sphere is a safe space. It is a space where we have the opportunity to express those things that are deeply and uniquely ours to express, things that are deeper than the level of our brains or our material minds, things that come from that deep core essence of who we truly are. Some people might refer to this as the heart, or the soul, or the core self, or the higher self. The words are not so important as this sense of coming into greater harmony and rapport with those deep aspects of who we are, our truest, deepest selves. And within this guided practice, I invite each of us to express those things in the safety, the sanctity of this space. I invite us to express these things directly to what we can refer to as Source, to the highest, to the ground of being. Again, the words are not so important as this recognition that there is one from whom we come, and that there is one to whom we each in our own ways are returning or moving or turning toward through the experience of our unique existence on this planet at this time. And when we express these things that are deeply and uniquely ours, like those heartfelt intentions that were expressed earlier, like our deep desires for union, communion, community, connection, love, truth, beauty, goodness, all of these things that we deeply desire. And it's even possible that these things that we desire don't even have words to express them in any language on this planet that has ever existed up to this point. Each of us are unique, and so those things that are uniquely ours to express do not require words to do so. They can be expressed as the transmissions, the emanations of our core selves, our higher selves. And in those expressions, in those emanations, Source, the one from whom we come, the one that we are seeking ever greater at-one-ment with and unity with, responds with that which is not only for our best and highest as unique beings, but these responses incorporate that which is best and highest for all life, all beingness throughout the vastness of the cosmos. because whatever is for our best and highest is for the best and highest for all, and whatever is for the best and highest for all is also for our best and highest. Such is the infinite wisdom, knowledge, love, and understanding of that from which we come. And so, before I invite us into a brief period of silence, I'll speak into this space some of those desires that were expressed verbally before we started, things that the dear participants here desired to include as heartfelt intentions in today's practice. And we do, in our own unique ways, have this desire to experience and to express the authenticity, the truth of our beingness in its wholeness, without holding back, without denial, without allowing it to be diminished by those limitations that are so commonly imposed upon people in this world, that we each would continue to grow in our ability and our willingness to express who we really are without all of the masks and filters that are so common in this world as people seek the acceptance of others. And that as we allow ourselves to express this authenticity, we also become invitations for others to be their own authentic selves without holding back, without restricting their expressions of love and truth and joy and goodness. And as we do this, we also discover that there are so many more ways to be and to express and to emanate love and light, truth and wisdom that exist beyond mere verbal communication, things that can be expressed through all of our aspects, through the wholeness of our being, from the depths of who we truly are, and that we might grow in our ability and willingness to communicate and express from these deeper levels of heart, of soul, of these aspects that resonate more fully and completely with love, truth, and light, that we might discover and appreciate these ways and grow in our perceptions of these unique expressions that have bandwidths that are so much greater than mere words might express. And we have also had expressed in this space desires, intentions for peace, for growing peace within ourselves, amongst ourselves, within this world, and for discovering that flow, that current that represents our unique path of growth, development, healing, and contribution that is uniquely ours as part of this vast multidimensional tapestry that we call creation, that we call the cosmos or the multiverse. And that as we do, that we might come to discover those things that are uniquely ours to express and to contribute through our beingness, these things that constitute our purpose, our unique calling that is unlike the beingness and calling of any other being within the vastness of all that exists. And as we do this, we grow in our capacity and our willingness to express our sovereignty, the recognition that we are truly free beings with the ability to choose for ourselves, where we do not have to copy other people's desires, but where we can tap into the truth of our beings and experience those things that are uniquely ours to desire, to express, to share, to contribute. And that as we do, everything is offered as a gift. Everything is offered as an invitation, honoring the free will of every other sentient being throughout the cosmos. And in this way, we get to experience a new humanity, our great, vast family of beings throughout the vastness of all that exists, these connections and relationships that we are just beginning to become aware of, to appreciate, and to enjoy. And that we grow in our resonance with all that is, our experiences of unity and harmony, coherence and alignment through all of the aspects of our being within ourselves and with all that exists. In this way, we experience the continued development of our species as individuals and a collective, and we also get to experience the continued healing of our beautiful planet, this world that we call home, that she would experience more harmony, more healing, more light, so that she might be strengthened in her ability to promote the flourishing of life and light and love on this world and throughout the cosmos. And so now I invite us into a brief moment of silence where we can commune and contemplate in whatever ways reflect the truth of our beingness. And then I'll invite us out with a few words of gratitude. Enjoy the silence, friends. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, one and all, for everything expressed and received, released and healed, developed and contributed within this space, this container of light and love, of unconditional acceptance, of wholeness and peace. And I thank all for their contributions, for their beingness, those here on the screen, those who have joined us from other realms and dimensions and worlds, for everything that has been made available in this time, this space, together. And I invite us as we prepare to depart from today's practice that you are invited, if you desire, to step back through that semi-permeable membrane of this sphere of light with its colors, with its comfort, if you desire. If you desire to stay within it, that is totally okay too. This container is available for anyone, anytime that they desire to enter into it, whether as one or as many. for our desires are always accepted by that which is highest, the ground of being, the source of all life. These things are welcomed and they are responded to if we desire to express them, whether within a container, a space like this, or outside of it. And so I invite us to gently come back into our bodies if we might have taken a little trip. Wiggle fingers and toes and maybe open eyes just to make sure that we're coming back into our full embodiedness here as we prepare to end the practice. And I am so grateful for the presence, the desires, the intentions, the beingness that you all have brought into this space and that has been brought in by Source and so many others. And that as we engage in these practices, we also bring greater light into this world that is available to others, whether they're consciously aware of it or not. And all light that we are willing to be channels for is a gift not only to ourselves, but to all through the fundamental unity and harmony that undergirds all of creation. And so with that, dear friends, I thank you. I thank you for your participation. I thank Source and all of our relations. And it is done.